I have a 14-year-old gelding that I'm trying to safely trailer. I've been using Clinton's trouble-free trailering videos, and over the course of several weeks, I have him to where he will load really well, stand in the trailer calmly, and back off slowly and calmly. The problem that I'm having is when I go to close the divider and lock him in the trailer, he gets very anxious and will throw a fit. This has been going on for a few weeks now and doesn't seem to be getting better. I'm working with him 5 to 6 days a week, but can't seem to make any progress with getting him calm.
All right, Kyle, let's talk trailer loading. So, in your particular case, you're following Clinton's method. Okay, you said you were. I'm going to take your word for that, okay? So you know at this point, we use the approach and retreat method to get the horse in the trailer. Then we basically use the principle, make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult to make the horse crave the trailer. Now, if you've been following the videos consistently, you realize any negative behavior in the trailer is a dead giveaway. The horse doesn't really want to be on the trailer, okay? He doesn't really crave it that much. But Jeff, you don't understand. He loads though, like he goes right on, okay? I've heard Clinton give this analogy for years and made total sense, especially it makes sense to me. I went to school every day and I never skipped school and I hated every single second of it. What does that tell you, okay? He might get in there, go to the school, but that doesn't mean he wants to be there. That doesn't mean he wants to study the material, okay? So here's a few things. It sounds like you're jumping to shutting the divider a little too early. So I'd tell you to find a better starting point. So what I would do is initially, instead of like shutting it, locking it, or shutting the doors and walking out of the trailer, put him in the trailer, loading, and then initially I'm just going to stand there. So I'm going to walk you through, just to make sure we're being thorough here, I'm going to walk you through like the steps as I would follow him. Step 1, I'm going to load him, divider's open, door's wide open, horse not tied up. I'm going to do that until he doesn't even remotely think about coming out of that trailer until I back him out, okay? Then I'm going to get him to where stand there, dividers, doors, wide open, not tied up, and I can move and make noise. I'm slapping the divider. I'm pulling it back and forth. I'm jumping up and down in the trailer. I'm tapping the roof of the trailer with my stick and string. Like, I'm provoking him at this point. You want to get off? Anytime. You tell me if this trailer rattling around, if me rattling the manger around gets you nervous, time to run off. Let's do it right now. Okay? So, anytime he does, what do we do? If I rattle the divider and he runs out, do we let him? Of course. Let him, hustle his feet on the ground, pressure, pressure, pressure. Lunge for respect, stage 1. Stage 2, send him from side to side, make him canter from side to side on the trailer, immediately load him back on the trailer, let him rest, and go back to what I was doing. Then it's going to be, maybe I start pulling the divider up against him. So I start bringing it back and forth, bringing it back and forth. I'm basically approaching and retreating with the divider. Because what I'm doing is I'm probing a little bit to see, I'm going to shut this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Or are you going to have a fit? You being good? Put it up against his butt and just hold it there. Don't latch it. Just hold it there. Find a starting point. That could be hold it there. 1001, 1002, retreat. Let it go back against the wall. Put it up there. 1001, 1002, retreat. Get that to the point where you can put it up there for a good 30 seconds. Like you can literally hold it against his butt as if he's in, okay, and as he's locked in the divider without any reaction whatsoever. Then I might completely shut it, okay? Practice that. Okay, now it's totally shut. Because don't think for a second the horses don't know the difference, okay? They absolutely know the difference after a while of, nah, you're holding it. I know you're going to retreat. Eventually, at some point, we got to shut this thing and get on with this, don't we? So in this particular case, you're going to go through step by step, and you're going to figure out where this issue is. So if you shut it, and immediately when it latches, I'm getting nervous. I got to get out of this trailer. I got to get out of here. Unlock it. Let the horse back out. He'll probably back himself out at that point. As soon as his feet hit the ground, pressure, 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 hustle, 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 put him right back into the trailer, let him rest, shut the divider, find a starting point. So maybe that's 2 seconds, okay? I've had horses so bad at this before. I had a horse this year actually in the in the Netherlands that was really bad about this. Every time, most of the trailers over there are these little 2-horse straight load trailers. And 2-horse straight loads are difficult anyway because they're more claustrophobic and trapped and stuff like that. But they're typically small trailers because they pull them with small vehicles, right? So it's what you got to work with. So they have butt bars, and pretty much all of them have ramps, okay? So you latch your butt bar and then you put your ramp up after that. So this horse is really bad. Like, if you rattled the center divider, I mean like at all, out. He's flying out of the trailer like immediately, okay? So it took us quite a while to get him to the point to where we could rattle it, he wouldn't move. And then I'd say, okay, that's starting point number 1. Rattle it, 1001, 1002, retreat, rub him. If he backs out, let him get out. Pressure, 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 load him, okay? This is a time-consuming process, what I'm telling you right now, but there's no other way to get around this, okay, safely. So you're going to have to look for that starting point. Then it would be, I'd shut that divider, then I might walk back and forth in the trailer. Sometimes that gets them rattled. Like when you go to leave the trailer, a lot of them get to where they're kind of like, oh, no, I know we're trailer loading now, okay? The gig is up, okay? So walk back and forth in there until you get no reaction. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the horse to say, a bomb couldn't get me out of this trailer. You could roll this thing over 6 times on the highway. I am not getting out of this trailer until you pick up on the halter and lead rope and you physically tell me to get out of the trailer. That's what I'm after, okay? If I were you, I'd give yourself a good week to 10 days, 2 weeks to get this done. Don't try to get this done all in one big session. You know, on that horse that I had in the Netherlands, we worked on it the last day of the clinic, but the reality is, if I had that horse in training at home, I would have got to the point to where I could put him in the first day and he just wouldn't move around at all, okay? Doesn't even think about coming out, okay? Maybe that session right there, just that one thing, that might take me 2 or 3 sessions to get that done. Then I'd get him to where I could get him in and I could rattle that divider, okay? And that might take me 2 or 3 days, just that right there. Then I'd get him where I could put the butt bar up and hold it against his butt. Then hold it against his butt longer, and then longer, and then longer. And then once he could do it for 30 seconds, I'd latch it. Then once I could latch it for 5 seconds, I'd latch it for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. You get where I'm going with this, okay? So this is time consuming. It's going to take some effort on your part, but this is very fixable. The good news about trailer loading is it's not complicated what's going on. It can be frustrating at times. It can be time consuming. It takes a lot of consistency and a lot of repetition. Think about it from a horse's perspective. A horse trailer is like a cave on wheels, and worse yet, it rattles and it makes a noise and it moves around. This is a terrible place for a horse to be. Never in a million years would a horse ever think of a trailer being like a safe space for him to be in, okay? So you got to think about it a little bit from the horse's perspective. What he's doing to you is totally natural. Totally aggravating, but it's totally natural, okay? So it's going to take some time. If I were you, if you haven't already done the fundamentals, if you just jump straight to the trailer loading, I would tell you to go back for a good week to 2 weeks and just do the fundamentals groundwork. Just get the horse more consistently using the thinking side of his brain, consistently giving to pressure. You'd be amazed that alone how much that will move this along. Now, I don't know whether you did the fundamentals or not, or if you just jumped straight to the trailer loading, okay? The trailer loading, the series, think of it like a supplement to the fundamentals. It'll work on its own, but the reality is the two really are a couple. The better the horse knows the fundamentals, think of it as like this. It's the tools to work on the trailering. When we go to these walkabout tours and we do the trouble-free trailer loading demonstration on tour, I think the trailer loading demonstration, I think it's an hour and a half, if I remember. A half an hour's trailer loading, the other hour is get some control. I've got no control of the horse. It can barely lead. It won't lunge. It doesn't respect my space. It doesn't back up. I can't get it to move around. The hour is get control of the horse's feet. The other half an hour is actually get the horse on the trailer, okay? So if you do a good job with your fundamentals, you'd be surprised. I think a lot of your problems would go away already on their own. But if they don't, that's the system I would follow, okay? So keep up the consistency with your horse. Keep following the trailer loading series, and I hope this helps you out.
Take your horsemanship to the next level. The No Worries Club Premium membership is your ultimate portal to complete your horse training. You'll have access to Clinton's complete training library, thousands of hours of step-by-step instructional videos. You'll master all aspects of horsemanship, from fundamentals to trick training. You'll have access to our exclusive social network that connects you with thousands of dedicated horsemen from around the world. You'll have the method available wherever you are and accessible through the web, your phone and tablets, or your favorite streaming devices. You'll receive 8 all-new training videos per year and the quarterly No Worries Journal, as well as access to the ever-growing video library, Q&As, performance horse series, blogs, and more. But that's not all. You also get free tickets to walkabout tours and priority access to the latest news coming from Down Under horsemanship, not to mention VIP pricing on all of Clinton's must-have training tools. So what are you waiting for? Unlock the ultimate access and jumpstart your training program today.